I'm going to vote next week. I haven't made up my mind yet, but I'm going to be watching interviews and reading interviews to see what their platforms are and see how they're going to try to help locally as well as nationally. I'm interested in the environment and agriculture because my dad is a farmer, and I think it's an overlooked issue, but I'm going to see how people stand on it in this election.
I plan to vote mainly on character and maybe slightly upon party lines, but I really need to look into, I guess, who I like as a candidate, who I would respect as a candidate, who I'd like to spend maybe dinner with as a candidate.
I don't watch a lot of television because I don't like my kids to watch a lot. The only way I'm getting any information is the signage and people just talking. Like I come here to the park and I hear people talking politics. I'm a stay-at-home mom, so the issues that affect our single income, like health care and the national plan for that is definitely a big thing for us. If my husband tells me this is going to affect the paycheck, then absolutely, then I'm going to have to vote what he says is the best for that paycheck.
It is much more difficult for me to vote in a midterm election than a presidential election. The issues are not quite as in your face. Presidential elections, everywhere you look, you hear about who's running for president and their platform and what they're for. And seems like a little bit bigger of a deal since you're voting for one person to run the whole country.
Yeah, looking forward to the election because I think that there's a lot of issues that need to be decided. I think that the Republicans is usually where I lean, but one of the things I'm looking at is some of the independents that seem to offer a different perspective that we haven't seen in the recent past. One of the big things is just budget in general. I'm curious that if we don't balance budgets on a lower level, that we're not going to balance them on a higher level. While a lot of these things don't affect me personally, I know that if we don't get things in line and in check, that they're going to have bigger consequences.
I really do not like the slander that goes on in the media and in television especially. It's challenging to find out who is being honest within the candidates. What will guide my decision in voting for candidates is finding people willing to stand up for what they believe in actually as people and not being swayed or led astray by politics and by the media.
I don't care about a lot of political stuff that doesn't have anything to do with me. It all comes down to how is this going to relate to my life and how I'm going to be affected by that. So that's how I'm going to go about voting.
Illinois is in kind of bad shape. Its finances definitely got to get in order. We haven't had a Republican governor in a long time, and this is a close neck-and-neck race. That's what I'm more interested in. I really believe people don't give a hoot about the Senate and the Congress. I mean, really, they don't, unless there's an overwhelming majority, because you're just sending one more person into the gridlock. And by the time that trickles down, if it does, it's almost virtually financially, and then the other way, meaningless to our quality of life.
You do the best you can with what information that you have and all the blather that they talk about instead of the issues. That's unfortunately what they talk about too much on TV is, okay, who's ahead, what's the strategy, how much money is involved, instead of, okay, what's really going to happen. I say you got to vote, because if you don't vote, you can't complain. You sit there and complain, and you say, well, when's the last time you voted? Oh, in the Reagan administration. Okay, well, then don't complain.